The defending district champions look to take that next step towards protecting their crown, but standing in the way is a hungry squad, hoping to put some late season struggles behind. It's Justice Thompson and the Crestview Cougars against the Lucas Bordner-led Tigers of Seneca East, coming at you live and free from the O-Rena District Semifinal basketball on the way. Next.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
You're watching high school tournament basketball 100% live and free. Thanks to all of our generous sponsors. Please support those who support your local athletes.
Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchey to schedule your services today. It's the Rinehardt Injury Attorneys pregame show from here inside of the fabulous O-Rena. Two teams that took a ride on the struggle bus down the stretch, seeking a big win tonight in the district semifinals. I'm Brian Skowronski, Joe Balogh, my partner tonight, inside of his own gym. I think this is a really fun, interesting matchup on hand for this late game, featuring some big-time scores, so I don't really have a gut feeling for what we're about to see here, Joe.
You know, it's an interesting matchup because as you take a look at the records, Seneca East comes into this game and they're 15-8. But you look at their loss, 6 of their losses, 2 to Crawford, 2 to Mohawk, 2 to Upper Sandusky, all really good basketball teams. You look at Crestview, 16-6, probably were picked to dominate the Firelands, and they lose at the end of the season. I think they lose maybe their last 3 regular games of the season.
They did indeed.
But what people don't know is they went through, I think, a pretty severe illness that actually, I believe the Plymouth game, they said they shouldn't have played. Western Reserve game guys were sick, and then they even canceled the game with Madison because, you know, they didn't have enough players come to school that day. So every team goes through some kind of adversity, and usually here in Ohio, you're always going to have to deal with some type of cold, flu virus during the year, and you just hope it doesn't decimate your team. Be interesting to see now that Crestview is fully recovered and what kind of effort they'll be able to put together tonight.
They did start the season 12-1 out of the gates before hitting that rocky patch down the stretch, but they have a premier score, the all-time program leader in points in a career and season, Mr. Justice Thompson. He's just so gifted, Joe. What an offensive weapon. 45% from threes on the year. Actually, 48% according to some numbers. And then he's got the slasher capabilities as well. So he is the total package.
Yeah, but right now watching him warm up, I got to tell him to get off the Balogh court logo there. Because that's where he's shooting them from.
Come on, buddy. We just cleaned that thing.
But, he can shoot it deep. And then, I think he's improved his game. He's really good going with his left hand to the basket to finish. And for Crestview to be successful, he's got to play well. He can't have an off night. So it'll be interesting to see what Seneca East does to try to slow him down in that zone, or do they try something different? Maybe something like Western Reserve did in the first game of, box and one, diamond and one, a little bit on Braden Holt, the best players. So, as we said, district tournament's always interesting because it seems like in the district, coaches are really willing to make a lot more adjustments, maybe more than when you get to the regional and the state, because I think sometimes you get to the regional and the state tournament, you feel like, hey, this is what's got us here. That's what we're going to go with. Whereas in the district, I think coaches are willing to maybe make an adjustment and try something a little bit different to see if they can confuse their opponent.
Well, it's been that amoeba zone is what we have nicknamed it for Seneca East that's kind of led them into the regionals last year. And they're looking for a return trip here under their second-year coach, Anthony Langhurst, but very similarly to Crestview. They lost 3 of 5 to close the regular season. You talked about the teams they had to play, though, on the road, their last 3, 2 losses against Mohawk, and then Colonel Crawford, of course. But this is a team very dangerous with 2 really quality guards.
Lucas Bordner and Luke Mason, 2 really solid guards, both average just over 15 a game. And I think in tournament, we already mentioned Justice Thompson needs to play well. These 2 guys need to play well. They need to get their average and or above tonight. And then you kind of look at, what do those role players do, similar to, a Parker Weithman, tonight for Crawford, and a John DeGray. Do those somebody step up and, maybe somebody's averaging 6 and they're able to get 12 or 15 on either of these teams.
Yeah, Lucas, almost 16 points per game and a really solid rebounder, distributor, and defender. This is a guy that every single time I've watched him play, he's getting in the passing lanes, making deflections, getting some easy money at the other end. That's why he's our player spotlight here tonight.
And we really enjoyed watching him play last year. As a senior, expect him to step up, and he has already this year.
It's a really magical run for Seneca East after a long try spell, or I don't think they had actually ever been to a regional was the case. And Coach Langhurst comes in and infuses them with a little bit of magic right away. We'll see if he saves some up here for round 2 in the tournament 2025 edition. As the banners are dropping here with the American flags and setting the scene, as we're just a few minutes away from district semifinal action, Division 6. But before we get there, let's first honor America with the playing of our national anthem. It is time for the Star Spangled Banner. Another great crowd on hand here for our second matchup here in this doubleheader to determine who will move on into the championship game and take on Colonel Crawford, a team that nobody's been able to beat over the last 22 games. But one did this season, Joe, and Crestview is the one.
Yep, opening game of the year. I mean, that was a huge win for the Cougars, but the journey through the season, you know, every team develops, and we said Crestview battling some adversity at the end of the year, mainly illness, and then you got a team in Seneca East that you know, just had to, they played in what we kind of said was a top-heavy Northern 10 league with two of the best teams in Division 6 in Colonel Crawford and Mohawk.
Starting lineups just about to be announced here inside of the O-Rena for the Tigers tonight. Very senior-laden club. Taylor Young, number 0 at 5'10", will be in the lineup along with Bryler Beamer. The two guards that we talked about, two fantastic guards, both coincidentally named Luke Mason and Lucas Bordner. And then Justin Ryder, 6'3" senior. He's the big man in the middle for the TI Tigers. Over on the other side for Crestview, not a very deep team, but they have one of the best starting fives in North Central Ohio. Tyson Ringler and Justice Thompson, the only two seniors on the club. They'll be rounded out by 3 juniors and just great size everywhere. All of them 6'3", except for Daniel Wells, who stands at 5'11", that being Carter Goon and Drew Spohr. Tony Mitchell on the mic here at Balogh Court, doing a fantastic job, as he always does, setting the mood and just making a fun tournament atmosphere. And as Joe and I just detailed, this should be a very intriguing game, folks. Crestview looking to break through. Coach Kurtz has not got the team during his 5 years since he's returned and recaptained the ship for the Cougars into a district championship. They've had a couple of heartbreakers. Last year really stands out, that game against Margaretta where they led by 10 late and then let it slip out of their fingers. Can they get it together here, Joe, despite having momentum at the end of the year and play themselves into a rematch against Crawford?
Well, you bring up that district semifinal game a year ago. You're exactly right. They were in control and then kind of had a weird situation where there was a big-time collision. Player from Margaretta got a cut and a lot of emotion, and Margaretta carried that emotion to a great comeback. So their goal tonight is to win this district semifinal game, get a chance to get to the district final with a chance to get to a regional. But you're going to have to go through a Seneca East team that's pretty battle-tested with what they faced in the N10 conference.
And also a lot of experience in the tournament last year, of course, when they played in Division 4, getting through into the regionals before they got wiped out by Richmond Heights, but that happened to everybody in the tournament last season.
Yeah, that was not a good experience in the regional semifinal, but you know, you learn from everything, and you give them a lot of credit. They put themselves back here in the district with a chance to win a district title.
But this is what's standing in their way, the Crestview Cougars. Back-to-back Firelands Conference champions before this season, and just such a tough way to end their campaign. They have a 1-game lead in the league going into the final 8 days of the season. 3 straight losses for them, all within the league, and then they go into that big-time matchup to close it out against St. Paul. Didn't even have a chance to clinch a share. Illness, I think, played a big factor in that, so they almost need to prove to themselves tonight, Joe, that, hey, it was because we were down bad, we had some viruses, that stuff was so last week. Now it's time to get back to playing Cougar ball.
Yep, you know, they won a sectional championship. Now their goal is to win a district championship. That's, you know, you just got to play it. You know, the old adage is play it 1 game at a time, and that's what you got to do here. You want to get to that district final, but you're not going to be able to get there unless you win a semifinal game.
Drew Spohr, the last name called, not a big-time scorer for this team, but does a bit of everything. So for the Tigers to knock off these Cougars here tonight, I feel like the two Lukes, they just got to come through, man. If they can both have 15 up to 20 points, I think the Tigers advance.
Well, and I think, from the other stand, you got to make Justice Thompson earn it. Got to make every catch, every look difficult. Can't give him wide open looks.
They'll have Justice tip it off, and it's into the hands here of one of the two Lukes as we are underway from inside of the O-Rena. Catch and release, bottoms up to start things off from the corner.
Well, Luke Mason aggressive right off the catch. And as we said, this is this zone that's just a little bit different that Coach Langhurst has developed with a variety of different rules of trying to cover, but Justice Thompson from in between just about the volleyball line.
Yeah, he's got pretty much unlimited range out here. Had that one go halfway down the honey hole before it popped out. Mason looks over to the sideline, gets some instruction.
Lob play, great play.
It's the two Lukes combining. Backdoor cut here by Bordner, and it's 5-0.
Just an entry to the high post, and Bordner ran off of a back screen by the other post player for an easy lob.
Nearly a backcourt violation when Carter Goon caught the ball. Yep. Now it's loose on the floor. Thompson comes to collect. Gets by the first wave. Justice, hop step. Sets up the three-point shooter. And just a little off target there from Goon.
So 2 long three-pointers to start the game for Crestview. 0 of 2 on the first 2.
Wells trying to keep up, forces Mason to pick up the bounce.
Looks like they're going to reset here. Coach Langhurst very successful in his first set. And they're going to run a double screen here for Bordner.
Thought better of letting that one fly. Instead he drives to the rack and gets turned away.
So baseline out of bounds here. As we said many times, these are special situations, and anytime you can get an easy score on a baseline out of bounds, that is a valuable possession to have.
At the controls, here goes Bordner.
Nice pass.
How about it? Sets up the easy bunny in the left hand finish for Beamer. So 7 straight points and a turnover. Here comes Bordner. Head of steam, too tall over the outstretched arm of Mason. But a quick early timeout taken by Coach Kurtz. Not pleased with some of the effort and energy. Just trying to calm things down.
Well, I mean, the game's not necessarily won in the first 3 minutes, but kind of the tone of the game is set, and right now Seneca East has got to be really happy with both offensively and defensively of how they've kind of set the tone for this basketball game. They've run a couple sets, have got easy looks, and then defensively they forced a turnover and they forced 2 long threes. So it'll be interesting here to see what the Cougars come out with, if they come out with a special offensive set. And right now it looks like Seneca East is going to extend their defense and match up like it looks like in a little bit of a 2-2-1 full court pressure look.
See how the Cougars elect to break it, try with the dribble. They'll send over top here for Tyson Ringler. Wells off the hesitation, drops out. Here's Thompson. Missed his first shot. Now he's tied up down to the floor. Wells short.
Well, three threes have been the shots that the Cougars have taken. Have not taken any shot inside the three-point line yet here in the first 3 minutes.
Tigers looking to seize command here in the first few minutes. Thompson matched up on Bordner. They'll clear it out. Backdoor cut. Here's Mason. Hop step. Hang time. Came up well short, and all those outstretched arms on the interior. I mentioned the length of the Cougars. Made it tough. Here's Wells. First 3 of the night.
So
ends a 3.5-minute offensive drought, so 1 of 4 from long range here for Crestview to start things off.
right now the Tigers satisfied with just slowing the pace of the game down a little bit.
And that's the correct call, over and back. So Crestview looking to snatch an early piece of momentum.
Yep. Second turnover of the night so far for the Seneca East. And the Tigers go into what they call their 4 defense, which looks like it's going to be a kind of a box-and-one look on Justice Thompson.
Saw that look in the first game tonight. Western Reserve implementing it against Colonel Crawford. And
Bryler Beamer matched up on Thompson, face guarding him.
kick out for Goon from the rafters short. Kept alive. Kicked out by Ringler. Wells missed that one. And their first 2-pointer right at the 10. Carter Goon on the board.
So 2 offensive rebounds there, lead to a putback basket.
Tough shot flying in. Bordner a little slow up to his feet. Now here's Goon with the shovel pass. Spore from outside. Count it. '31st make from beyond the arc for Drew this year.
And Crestview, not a great three-point shooting team, just right around about 30%.
Tough catch and rolls off the front of the rim. So the Cougars, on the strength of an 8-0 run, looking to extend their 1-point lead.
And they're just kind of 4 out, 1 in around Tyson Ringler being the post guy inside, but pretty much face guarding Justice Thompson right now.
Ringler spins and finds nobody there to contend.
And Ringler's just been a really good player in the post area. Pretty athletic and able to get the glass. So Coach Langhurst's going to take a timeout here as his team goes down 10-7, 10-0 run by the Crestview Cougars.
Excellent response here for Crestview, and with some of that bad juju that they've had here during the past few games before they got into the tournament, could have been easy for them to start putting their heads down and just like, hey, it was fun run while it lasted at the beginning of the season. Beautiful response here, and the others getting involved for the Cougs.
And this court's not been good to them either. I think the last 2 times they've played here, they've lost both times at Ontario. So the timeout by Coach Kurtz looks really good right now. From the standpoint down 7-0, and you come out and you make a 10-0 run. So let's see what the timeout by Seneca East, how they respond here with 2:10 to go in the first period.
Makes a commentator wonder sometimes what really goes on in those huddles, Joe. What type of wisdom are you embarking on?
There's a lot of wisdom that goes on in there.
We'll see what Langhurst had for his kids.
Got Luke Mason a wide open look.
Tapped out, chased down here by the Tigers.
Second chance opportunity.
Beamer picked up his
Nice bounce.
Yeah, found the cutter. Just sleeking down the baseline. Mason found himself available.
Good read there. And not only a good pass, but a great cut by Luke Mason. And it looks like they're back just into that matchup zone that they have. Offensive foul.
Thompson having to work for everything so far here tonight.
Yep. Extended that left hand, left forearm right into the chest. Looked like a pretty good call.
First foul on either side so far here in the contest. And well delivered with Beamer beating him to the spot.
Looks like the Cougars are going to show a little 2-3 zone with a lot of length at the top.
Yeah, Bowman just checked in. They'll put Cole out front. Mason right back to pop off the shin that time of Drew Spohr. Now Bordner steps into one. So out of the timeout, more wisdom from the coaching staff. How about a 4-0 spark?
Those coaches know what they're doing, even though people in the stands don't think they do. So. But both these guys have, John's been a long-time coach, has had a lot of success. And then as we mentioned, Anthony Langer's doing a great job in his second year.
Second basket for Tyson Ringler.
Bowman and Sport, the top of this 2-3, man, they have a lot of length. And Crestview not just sitting back in this zone, they're really extending it.
Young sets up the shooter. Lucas off target this time. And we'll be headed back Crestview's way.
Ringler just could not secure that offensive rebound.
Daniel Wells back in for Coach Kurtz.
Spohr is going to get a little bit of break here at the end of this quarter.
Thompson maneuvering, pulls up from the foul line.
First points of the night for Justice.
And it gives Crestview a 3-point lead as we end the first. See, back here is at the O-Rena, quarter 2 on the way. Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips & Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchey to schedule your services today. Bit of a seesaw matchup going on so far. 7 straight points for the Tigers to open things up. 10 in a row then for the Cougars. And now it's been the last 4 after a 4-0 stretch here for Seneca East. The game of runs continues here into quarter number 2. It's Crestview with the basketball. Justice Thompson just hit his first jumper of the night. Ringler been able to get to that right hand on 3 occasions now.
Right now they've kind of found the weak spot of that zone, which is getting the ball in the high post. Then Ringler, just an athletic post player, especially going to his right, has been able to get to the basket and finish. And Ringler gets a steal. Wow, what a move.
Throw him in the teacup and then laid it in as soft as a baby in a manger. Oh, blocking foul though, and a weak one here against Justice. That's number 2. Look at that last play, though, in the bucket. Beautiful stuff. Cashing in for a couple points off the defense there for Tyson Ringler. But with Justice Thompson heading over to the sideline, the one weakness of this Crestview team, the depth. They go about 6 deep, some nights 7. So we'll see how long Coach Kurtz elects to keep the leading scorer in program history over on the sideline. Backdoor cut up and under, and it was a little bit short on the offering there from Aiden Zach. Ringler looking to go to work, knifes through, and almost had an and 1 on his resume. But this senior, one of only 2 on the roster, starting to put the city on his back a little bit here, Coach.
Yeah, he's got off to a great start. 8 points. 8 of the 18 points, chance to go to the free throw line here, where he's a 70% free throw shooter.
able to knock down the first. So it's the largest lead for either side now, as Crestview has scored, looking to be 20 of the last 24.
Tyson Ringler has 10 of them. And again, this 2-3 zone. And with Spore out here at the top, man, he has a long wingspan.
3 off the side iron, and loose ball chased down.
Yep.
Ringler kick out, corner, chased off as well as they'll move it around.
Great extra
Spore.
pass.
Decent contest on the perimeter though for the Tigers. Bordner was able to get a paw right in his grill. And the two number 12 shared a little smile there after that one. See Carter Bowman slipping back into the mix. Tigers have gone cold after an excellent start from the floor. What a reaction that time by Goon. He's got the theft, he sends ahead. Here's Ringler. Straight to Rack City and back to the free throw line he'll go.
Tyson just kind of put his head down and just said, I'm going to get to the basket. Able to get there. He goes to the free throw line for 2. He was just 2 of 2 from the line in his last trip.
Looking to stay perfect inside of our Avita Home Health and Hospice free throw zone. Gets the friendly hop. Tigers getting doubled up on the scoreboard. Still a long way to go, but certainly have lost all the momentum here. See what they can find on the offensive side. It's a good look for Bordner.
But it's pretty much one and done right now for Seneca East, as they only have 1 offensive rebound here in the first half.
Cougars sending it side to side, trying to find the vacant spots on the floor.
There he is.
Nice turn, Spore pulls up for the mid-range. Just missed. Bordner tries the baseline drive, dishes out this time for Young, and he'll pop it and drop it. Boy, did they need that, and Coach Langhurst wants to talk to his dude. Second charge timeout for Seneca East. It'll be a full. Big shot right there to get it back down to single digits.
Yep. I mean, really one of the few looks they've been able to, open looks they've been able to get against that zone that Crestview has come out with here in the second quarter.
With this timeout, want to say hello to everybody out there watching live and free. I see almost 500 of you over on the YouTubes. I've got no access to the Facebook here inside of the Joe Arena. Coach Balogh always made it a rule that didn't want the kids on the social media while they're at practice, so it's just eliminated.
Yep.
But I do got a couple of comments that I can read. Kathy Dodge is tuning in, and when is she not? What a super fan of high school sports. David Graber, offensive rebound. Cougars, be tough. Advance onward. Jonathan Langdon tuning in, one of our OH reporters. Just wants both teams to enjoy themselves. Angie Lester says, hi, Linda. Linda's like, hey, Angie. Linda, go Cougars. And then to the top, Haley Newhouse cheering on Tyson, and must have heard you. Play your heart out, Justice Thompson, as well from David.
So off the timeout, Seneca East showing a little bit of full court trap, and Luke Mason gets a big steal.
Great body control, bumping into the defense, and lays it in.
And they're able to get back into that 2-2-1 press here in the full court. Oh, Mason almost had another steal.
Lob inside, Ringler triple team Bordner, weak side, and a second block. Turned away twice, the second time by Reeder. Young kicks it out. Off the hesitation, Mason finds Bordner. Short. Right back to him, whirling inside. But the block party, everyone's invited. Mason maybe just catching his breath here a bit. So Tigers get the offense rolling again here. Beamer back up top.
Good roll back by the post player.
But deflected out of bounds over into the Crestview student section. Take a look back at that ginormous block by Bordner. And then Reeder, another one, and then boom! How about that? Popping the pinata inside for Drew Spohr. Length for days on both ends of the floor here. Tigers skip pass Red by Goon to the cup and swirls it home.
I mean, when you skip pass versus the zone, you got to snap that pass, and not a very good pass there by the Tigers.
Quick acceleration, tough floater though. A lot of traffic there inside. As Goon finds Wells, and he's able to finish with the left. Back out to 10.
Well, third timeout here.
Wow. So Seneca East down to just 2 TOs.
Well, one, you have a bad pass. Two, you get kind of a tough runner, and then you have nobody back defensively, and the Cougars able to take advantage in offensive transition. So Coach Langhurst understanding the importance right now. It's a 10-point game. You really don't want to let that lead get stretched out here. I mean, and the good thing for Crestview right now, Justice Thompson, much like we saw with Payne DeGray in the first half, Justice Thompson sitting with 2 fouls. The difference being for the Cougars is the Cougars stretching a lead where Crawford was struggling in that first half.
If you missed the first of our doubleheader here inside the O-Rena tonight, Western Reserve led for almost 3 total quarters against the #1 seed, and Colonel Crawford seizing control in the fourth quarter. DeGray returns along with John DeGray, who was our MVP, and they get it done. Here's what's on the docket tomorrow. Doubleheader in Division 7, and then we'll have a girls regional semifinal with Carey still playing. And then the Northmore Golden Knights, they've been ousted in the district final 2 years in a row. Blade Tackett looking to get over the hump in their 3rd straight trip.
So again, Crestview's gone to this 2-3 zone. And Bordner with a deep 3. Good offensive rebound.
Oh, but can't drop it inside. Justin with the miss. Thompson still over on the sideline.
Yep.
See if they continue to feature Ringler. He's been the man in the middle. Fastball movement, a little bobble. And now they'll get it back to Tyson, and it's snatched almost out of his hands. And communication is that it's last touched by Crestview. I don't know.
Yep. Second turnover, only the second turnover for the Cougars here in the first half.
Had a hard time with the zone. That's a great way to beat it. Offensive rebounding backside, Justin Ryder.
Ryder's first 2 points of the night. Able to cut it back to an 8-point deficit for the Tigers.
Skip pass into the hands of Wells. Bottoms up as he drops the ball.
Well, Daniel Wells, a 31% shooter from three. I think that might be his 31st three of the year.
Mason steps into one. Buckets.
Luke Mason now with 10 points on the night.
Bordner's been a bit more quiet offensively, but they have certainly carried the scoring load. Tiger Nation wanting to see some defense out here. They'll get another deflection by Ryder. Bordner on the fly. Tipped out into the hands of Wells, tied up. And it's a foul. This will go on Mason, his first.
A very cleanly played game so far. I mean, I think Crestview, or excuse me, Seneca East, that's only their third foul of the game. I don't think they had a foul in the first quarter, and Crestview with only 2 fouls for the game. Making sure they got the correct number on the foul.
And as you were mentioning, with the limitations of the fouls so far only Justice Thompson.
Yep, he's got the only 2 fouls for Crestview.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, let's see if Crestview looks to score here, or
another block shot. Love the aggressive nature by Ringler, but he's had it batted the last couple of shots. Meanwhile, Mason, back iron up for grabs. How about the 4-story rebound there by Tyson?
You would anticipate that Crestview's going to get the last shot of the quarter now. So let's see if they run any kind of special set here against this zone that they're trying to match up. Carter Goon into a gap with his left hand.
And Ryder whistled for the foul.
Good read there by Carter Goon of recognizing the gap in the zone and really attacking it strong.
Carter Goon, he just seems to have a knack to get that whistle on block shots. Have a chance for one more free throw here. 2.7 seconds, so the Tigers, even off of a miss, they got a chance to try to go get something.
Well, usually what you figure is you got about 2 dribbles that you can get it and go.
There is the miss. Strong rebound by Beamer. And a little after the red lights come on the backboard. So 2 quarters now in the record books in this semifinal action. Crestview, after coming out of the gates pretty slow, they have turned up the heat. They lead the Seneca East Tigers by 8. After a commercial timeout, Joe Balogh and I will welcome you back here inside of the O-Rena for your halftime reports. Break down all the stats, analysis you need to know. We'll check in on a couple of the other games that are going down live and free on the OH Report and get you all set for the weekend ahead. It's live, it's free, and it's right here. Where else would you rather be on your Wednesday night?
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
You're watching high school tournament basketball 100% live and free thanks to all of our generous sponsors. Please support those who support your local athletes. Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchey to schedule your services today.
Hey everybody, Brian Skowronski here from inside the O-Rena. You like playoff high school basketball? I bet it's even more fun when it's 100% free to watch and live at that. Couldn't do it without the help of our amazing sponsors. How about Scout Construction Services? With more than a decade of business, you can trust them with your roofing and siding needs. Hit up Josh Mobley for more information at 419-989-7240. Clips and Cuts, providing superior lawn care and quality landscaping services for all of the North Central Ohio area. Simonson Construction Services, from concept to completion, they can help you make a plan, refine that vision, and build a path for success. At Sutton Bank, you can earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Avita Home Health and Hospice, helping families throughout the duration of their life, ensuring that they get the quality care that they need. Rinehardt Injury Attorneys. Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Rinehardt. Spherion Mid-Ohio. Proud to support your local athletes. They know the foundations that make great employees are woven right into the teamwork, focus, drive, and perseverance given in each practice and game. Let's get to work. Those are your sponsors for tonight's game. We're going to do one more commercial. We'll be back. We've got your stats all tallied up. We'll break down the first half action, let you know what's going down at some of the other games on the OH Report tonight, including Lady Colts a clear 4, clicking to punch their ticket into the Elite 8. That's on the other side.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
You're watching high school tournament basketball 100% live and free thanks to all of our generous sponsors. Please support those who support your local athletes. Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchey to schedule your services today.
Halftime here at Ontario High School. 29-21 right now. Crestview enjoying an 8-point cushion as we welcome you back here inside of the O-Rena at Balogh Courts. I am Brian Skowronski, joined by the man who the courts used to be named after before we tried to take over Joe. But a pretty fun first half. I didn't really know what to anticipate, and then a little bit worried for our Cougars there out of the start. Get down 7-0. Excellent response for them. And then Seneca East, too. They've been able to have some runs. It just seems like Crestview's been a little bit better.
Well, and if you're John Kirch, you got to be pretty happy right now. You start out 7-0, now you're up 29-21 at the half, and your leading scorer has 2 points and set pretty much about, 6 minutes here in the second quarter. So you would anticipate that Justice Thompson's not going to have 2 points in this half. If you're Seneca East, you would love that, but I don't think that's going to happen. So 8-point lead here, and I think as we talk about a lot, the first 3 minutes of the second half are going to kind of be key because, Crestview's going to look to see if we can take this 8-point lead to 10 and maybe extend it further. If you're Seneca East, don't let it get beyond 8 here and see if you can, cut into this deficit here early in the third quarter and make it a ball game. But see if they make any adjustments here in the start of the second half. The one adjustment you probably got to talk with Seneca East is the ability of Tyson Ringler in the high post being able to drive it to the basket, which they did a little bit better job of in the second quarter than they did earlier in the first quarter.
And for the Tigers, kind of glaring, no free throw shot there in that first half, so got to get a bit more aggressive when you're going to the rack to earn those whistles and get a chance to step up to the charity stripe.
And maybe that's, Crestview going to that 2-3 zone is kind of pushed Seneca East out, and they haven't been able to get into the gaps of those zones at all.
Couple score updates for you guys here on our OH Report family of networks. Hillsdale, a big winner tonight. They're moving into a district championship game, 72-46 over St. John. And then River Valley taking care of business at home tonight, 69-50 over Eastmore. So each of them will get the chance to try to play for a spot in the Sweet 16.
Congratulations to both of those teams, and especially congratulations to Rodney Brown. That River Valley team was been a fun team to watch. They got a great flow offensively, and hope to see them maybe advance a little further. And I think
looks like this could be their year to get to a regional.
Yep. I think we had an earlier update that Clear Fork was up 2 in the third.
Yes, Lady Colts against Afrocentric, the two-time defending state champions.
So hoping the Scott Sellers Lady Colts can pull that out tonight. Nice action there.
But even better defense. Goon turns him away at the door. And now here's Ringler with another rebound. He is solid on the glass, over 7 per night. And a score update at the end of the third quarter, 39-39, Lady Colts and Afrocentric all square. Looked like Wells just lost his footing, leaves the Bordner leak out set up, but the block off the backboard.
Wow. That was pretty impressive.
That was LeBron-esque, the chase down, and now Ringler, he's really feeling it. Got that wild hair flying every which way as he attacks, but this is what it's all about. Check this out, Coach. Bang!
Well, I guess we can say that Tyson Ringler has a hop in his step tonight.
He do.
He's been bouncing around a lot. That was impressive.
Part of the most successful class to ever come through Crestview High School to play on the hardwood. He and Justice Thompson, the only two seniors represented here for the Cougars. But two really, really solid players, good leaders. And you see, got some nice hops, but leaving some loose change there with two missed free throws.
It was 4 of 4 before he missed those two. And again, Crestview staying with this 2-3 zone. Carter Goon in the middle of it. I mean, you mentioned they may have one of the bigger starting lineups for a D6 school in this area, and even maybe in all of Northwest Ohio. A lot of length, a lot of athleticism here in these positions.
Hop step in trouble. Bordner blocked.
Ringler with another block and a defensive rebound.
Boy, the SWAT team has been on patrol tonight at both ends of the floor. Each defense has done an excellent job inside the paint of protecting what's theirs.
Yep. Tyson Ringler being a force at both ends of the floor.
Thompson D's back out. They'll get into the hands of Justice. He's only attempted 2 shots all night.
Yep. Timeout. Coach Kurt's not very happy with whatever they're called offensively, so he's going to take a timeout here. Well, and I think the thing is, you know, people would say, why is he so upset? Well, you're 6:16 to go in the quarter. We said got an 8-point lead, and you want to try to be efficient here offensively and stretch this lead out if you can. Been really good defensively, but have not been able to convert offensively. So players and coaches having a discussion there in the huddle as to where people are supposed to be in this set.
Look at some of the patrons on hand taking in the action tonight. Live and for $10 when you could have just watched at home. Spent that 10 on a pizza. You made the right choice if you're watching right now here on the OH Report. Actually, let me take that back. Coming to the games live is pretty awesome, so I do encourage you guys to get out.
We're running Goon along the baseline here. And they go right to Ringler. Nice shot fake, on balance.
Got both defenders up in the air and just took his time.
Well, as I said, I like players that play off 2 feet, whether it's a perimeter player or a post player. Ringler there did a great job of ball faking and playing off 2 feet.
Floater down the lane finds its mark here for Taylor Young. Goon from the point, Young steps his way. Now Thompson skip pass, really challenging catch. Goon made it and got fouled.
Goon's athleticism there was the reason why that pass got caught, and then the foul. So 3 team fouls here on Seneca East in the third quarter with just about 5 minutes to go.
Double teamed immediately. Thompson gives it up, and it's a walk here for Wells.
Second turnover of the second half, 4th for the game for Crestview. So still an 8-point lead here with 3 minutes gone in the second half.
Young at the point now, looking to drive past this double team.
Just 2 off balance there to be able to make that shot.
Does have 7 points so far over a season average of 5. Thompson steps back. Oh, wow. Practically touched the net before it came out. Bagoon, another steal. He's got about 3 of those. Ringler to the rack.
Discharge.
Oh, going the other way. Well done by Bryler Beamer to beat him to the spot.
Yeah, he said anytime there's a block or a charge,
One side's happy, the other side's not, but looked like he got there in time to be able to take the charge.
Bordner catch and release from the corner. And a loose ball foul. Goon will pick this up going after the rebounds.
Good effort there by Ryder to get the offensive rebound. And they're going to give Tyson Ringler a little bit of a blow here.
Yeah, well earned. This is the first time he's sat so far here tonight.
Going to try to keep him a little bit fresher here.
Trying to weave Mason out. Here comes Luke trying to go to work off the bounce. Steps up, fires well short. And somehow snaked in there to get the board. Finds Bordner.
Another offensive rebound.
Now Mason a third three. 0 for on that trip.
Justice.
Thompson inside. Thompson's going to take one from way deep in the O-Rena.
Yep. Well, he only has 2 points tonight. Has not been able to get a lot of shots. So, you know, maybe. I mean, but you know, he's hit those shots before, Brian. We've seen him. So not necessarily a bad shot. Coach Kurtz might have wanted to maybe look at him reverse the ball and come back to that, but still an 8-point lead that we had at the half with 3:30 to go here in the third.
Tigers have been down by around this margin for a while.
Got to 6.
But Bordner finally gets them a bit closer.
And both teams sticking with their zone defenses here.
Cougars looking for an answer. Thompson domineering down the lane. They'll find him again, and it just slipped out. Coming out and trying to challenge Young, so he beats him off the bounce, flips it out, and now it's Bordner again. Drills a big shot. 5-0 run for Lucas Bordner.
Yep, and timeout by Crestview.
30-second timeout taken by Coach Kurtz. He's still got 2 left, as does Coach Langhurst.
Yeah, we talked about those first 3 minutes of could Crestview stretch it out, or if Seneca East could just kind of maintain, and Seneca East was able to maintain, and now made this little bit of run here in the last 2 possessions, and are right back in the ball game, only down 3.
And for the Cougars, the lull offensively here, 5.5 minutes in. They've just got the 2 points right now, Joe. So some adjustments to be made, of course, right now in the Cougars huddle.
Well, and they haven't really been able to get the ball consistently inside to Tyson Ringler, where they were a little bit there in the first half. So, you know, kind of the same as we said in the first game, is if time goes on in the ball game, those possessions become more valuable, and just a little bit more pressure with each possession.
Cougars basketball after they break the huddle. Looking to end a 5-0 stretch right now by the Tigers. And Bordner starting to come alive offensively. That'll put a little fear in your heart as well. He is a streaky offensive weapon.
Got back-to-back baskets there. Had the little floater, then knocked down the 3 from the left elbow area. Thompson flashes from the backside.
Now Wells drives. Would have counted if it went. Daniel Wells gets to step up to the free throw line. About 70% on the season.
Well, looks like he got, banged a little bit there, trying to stretch out his hips a little bit. Daniel with two free throws here. And gets the roll.
Soft shooting touch.
Has a chance to go to double digits here. Has 2 threes, a 2, and now with a chance to get 2 free throws. And knocks them both down.
He'll check out, though, Drew Sporer in and gives him a bit more length up top.
We talked about the concern of the depth of Crestview, but they got pretty much a 6-player rotation that pretty much great length and athleticism really at all 5 positions.
Yeah, they can go 6-3 across the board.
Yeah,
all the way on the floor.
You look at this 2-3 zone, there's a lot of length there. Bordner going for another basket here.
Big rebound inside. Sporer being strong with it, and bonus action here the rest of the way for Crestview.
Yep. And Crestview as a team shoots 70%. So you gotta like that. And although Sporer's only a 57% free throw shooter. So 2 shots.
As he misses the first, quick score update for that regional semifinal. 2-time defending champion Afrocentric now extending a 5-point lead with an 11-6 run in the fourth quarter over Clear Fork. Bordner from the left side, zips it all the way over, hesitation, Mason. I think Goom got a piece of it. Then he grabbed a piece of his shoe and Luke down on the floor.
A lot of contact kind of after that shot. Surprised there was not a foul called.
Trying to sift his way through. Plenty of hand jiving out there was Thompson, and it's a tie-up. Stays here. How about these Towel boys really getting to work out there? Love that efficiency at both ends. Ringler inside a triple team, and he just would not be denied.
Coach Langhurst not very happy with that call.
Excellent catch. And it did look like the hand caught in the cookie jar there by Ryder. See Aiden Zach, the senior, off the bench here for Coach Langhurst. And 2 for 2 this trip for Tyson. So the Tigers start with a down screen from Thompson. He enters the post. We'll see if they're going to try to work it to him. Won't have the chance here as it's deflected out of play.
I mean, if you were Coach Langhurst, you said Justice Thompson only had 2 points with 51 seconds to go. In the third quarter,
baby.
You're grinning and thinking maybe you got a lead, but Crestview right now with a 7-point lead, 45 seconds to go in the third quarter.
It's going to be a Lucas Bordner foul and more free throws on the way.
I believe that's the...
It's going to be the third on Lucas.
I think it's the 7th team foul of this quarter. He just kind of ran through the screen. So Ringler right now, 6 of 8 from the line so far tonight. Short on that one.
He spent a lot of time in that free throw zone.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kathy Sapp and the crew at Avita Home Health and Hospice for sponsoring our free throws tonight.
7 of 10 from the free throw line for Tyson Ringler. Back to an 8-point lead.
Hop step for Young. Tries to pass it out of trouble, stay back in bounds. Tipped again, and now it's Carter Goon. He'll find it his way forward here for Ringler. Lowers his shoulder. Back to the line he goes.
Ringler with a little bit of a hesitation there, and then just used his athleticism and strength to power the ball to the basket. So Cougars with a chance to take this to a 10-point lead.
Ringler, the leading scorer in the game for either side, and adds to the total.
He's got 19 points here tonight.
Tigers certainly could use some points here before we reach the fourth. 2 seconds, bounce pass inside. Do they recognize? Won't get it off. So a big lead here for Crestview. We saw this scenario last year in the district semifinals before the Polar Bears or Margaretta came back. Do the Tigers have similar magic? Let's find out together. We'll bring you back here in the O-Rena after a short commercial timeout.
One shot can change everything. Witness history right here on the OH Report.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
There's only 8 minutes remaining in regulation. Joe Balogh, what does that mean?
Money time.
It's money time, baby. Drop those coins from the ceiling. Let's see who will snatch them up and join Colonel Crawford in the district championship game coming up here on Friday night.
Well, the Cougars able to extend their lead by 2. They're up 8 at the half. They're up 10 here. And kind of a similar situation that, you know, Seneca East looking to get a score here, stopping a score and see if they can get it to, 6 or even to 4 if they hit threes. But this zone defense is kind of stifled Seneca East tonight. Good look by Mason inside.
Nice finish in amongst the trees as well for Luke.
And Mason now with 12 for tonight. And you can see Seneca East now extending their defense in the full court.
Goom blows by him. They'll get an open look. Thompson elects to drive in.
Walked.
And it's just been a bit of a frustrating offensive night for Justice Thompson.
Yeah. Almost just could have, on the catch, shot that 3, but tried to get to the lane and on the spin move just took an extra step.
Keep the ball over on that right side from the block. Got Bordner backing it out. Finds Mason. Looking for a 5-0 run.
Follow the shot, though.
Pretty finish. A little smooch off the square.
I mean, one of the things you got to do in a zone, you got to find somebody to box out. Crestview did not do a good job on that possession. Thompson almost turned it over, but makes this basket.
Somehow got skinny through a little crevice.
Yep. Only his second basket of the night, though. He has 4 points for the evening. 8-point lead for the Cougars.
Bordner extended from the foul line back into the hands of Mason. He'll whip it to the corner. Now here's Young, has to pick up the dribble. Tyson Ringler. His defensive effort has been impressive.
Yeah, Mason tried to just do that little slip pass.
Foul's gonna be on the floor first for either unit. And all of a sudden, the engine, the motor starting to rev here for Justice Thompson.
It looks like a little stack set here against this zone.
Quick acceleration. Thompson left it short. And now Ringler, a loose ball foul after the rebound secured by Bordner.
I mean, Crestview only has 5 team fouls tonight, but a lot of that's because of the zone defense that they've been playing. Seneca East has not been really able to aggressively attack it, and that's many times why you play a zone, is to stay out of foul trouble. So sticking with that zone with an 8-point lead, just under 6 minutes to go in the basketball game. Good pass by Mason.
3 is up, lips out, and knocked out of bounds. It'll be Crestview ball.
A little perspiration on the basketball, it seems. And the Ontario ball boys doing a good job.
They've been hustling tonight.
They are.
Here at Balogh Court, they are hand-picked. Nothing but the finest ball boys.
Thompson with another turnover. Been a frustrating night so far for Justice. I think he has 3 turnovers. Just one of those nights, but we talked about he had to play really well, but right now it's not been the case. And Ringler with another rebound.
Bordner on the other side offensively, he's also been on the struggle bus for most of the night.
Bordner he has 9, but
missed a lot of 3-pointers.
Yep. Had that floater and a 3 there when they cut the lead, but hasn't been able to do much since early there in the third quarter.
Spoor back over to Thompson.
Pass.
Got him to bite. Surprised Justice didn't step into an open triple. Said Spoor will. Would have been a big one. Starting to get into pivotal time of the game here, Coach. 4:45 to go. Tigers offense better start coming.
They're going to give Thompson a little blow here. Just maybe trying to get him to refocus. Don't try to force the issue. I would anticipate he's not going to be on the bench very long here, though.
That's a place he's not accustomed to being during fourth quarter action. But the team, they built the lead when Justice was over on the sideline earlier.
You're exactly right. Mason able to get into the lane. Bordner with a 3 and able to knock it down.
There it is. I think he heard my critique, Joe, and he's like, you know what, big dog? Senior year, I ain't going out like this.
Yep. So all built on the penetration. Not one of the few times right now that they've been able to get a gap into the gap of the zone, and you get a guy like Luke Mason who is good not only at finishing but also finding open teammates and finds his scoring mate there, and Lucas Bordner was able to knock down the 3.
35th triple of the season made by Bordner. Shoots just 25% from out there, but that's a big one. Gets him back within 2 possessions. And
yep.
Tough news for Lady Colt fans. They were down 5 with 15 seconds to go. Right now we're just showing an empty set of seats, but I think it's over with. I think the Lady Colts have fallen to Afrocentric. But what a run. What a team.
Big game I'll have to go home and watch here tonight, because it sounds like they played pretty well against one of the best girls programs in the state of Ohio right now. It looks like Justice Thompson's going to check back in here.
Another tough catch. A lot of them have been made by Ringler tonight. Try to set him up again in the middle, and he barrels his way through. Jump ball.
Still going to be Crestview basketball, though. I mean, similar to the situation where he's able to draw a foul. He had the ball too low, but went up through people. The big thing there was as soon as he put it on the floor, man,
Seneca East guards were right in there to attack the basketball.
Yeah, it was like fruit flies on an orange on a hot summer day, and looking forward to those. Not the fruit flies, the summer. Goon with an interesting looking pass, kind of lost it, tipped here.
Couple tough passes there. Thompson back to Ringler.
Crestview doesn't have to be in any kind of hurry.
Well, and Seneca East can be really aggressive here because each team with only one team foul here in the fourth quarter.
Ringler thought better of putting it up in the lane, but this is good if it goes for another Daniel Wells three.
Third three of the night for Wells. You're wondering why Ringler didn't shoot it, which I was wondering too, but pretty good choice there to find Daniel Wells about a step beyond the three-point line, and he knocks it down.
Tigers looking for an answer runner, pure.
Luke Mason with his 16th point tonight.
Giving Wells a lot of room over there. And now Thompson from the logo.
And again, Tyson Ringler chooses not to shoot it when he caught it in the paint.
Oh, wow. Must have came weird out of the hand there of Bowman.
I'm not really sure if that's the shot that Crestview wanted. Looks like Drew Spohr is going to check back in for Bowman. I mean, one of the things, 6-point lead with just about 2:15 to go. Need to underscore time and score situations, and not a real good choice there offensively for the Cougars.
So it gives the Tigers a chance to try to eat away at this deficit, make it a 2-score game or even a 1-score game with a triple.
Need to be aware where Bordner and Mason are. And Bordner turns it over.
Oh, he lost it. Bordner averages a couple turnovers a game.
And, you know, right now you got under 2 minutes. You can really be aggressive here, and you need to be aggressive if you're Seneca East because you only have one team foul. Dangerous pass there.
Here's the sniper. Big one.
Well, Daniel Wells has stepped up here with 2 big shots here in the fourth quarter.
He and Tyson Ringler really have been carrying the offensive load, but they bet it back the other way. Timeout taken by Coach Langhurst, his final timeout, and just 84 seconds remain.
Well, Bordner almost brought rain with that shot. That was a high arcer. And I think that's one of the things that Crest is going to talk about right now is, you know, we need to find 2 guys. We need to find Luke Mason. We need to find Lucas Bordner in every possession down because those are the 2 guys that need to score.
Going to show you the compilation of the couple of threes, but the mega answer from the corner. Tigers might have been dead in the water without that one. Now, bit more interesting here over this last minute and a half. Always interesting in the student section, though.
Crestview just needs to be aware they've gotten a little bit lucky at this end of the floor a couple times. They seem like they've jumped in the air with no real idea where the basketball is going to be passed, and that's kind of a cardinal rule is you never want to jump in the air unless you're for sure where you're passing the basketball. So important part right here is you got to be really strong with the basketball. You need to make sure that you're coming to meet all passes. You can't be running away to catch a pass because somebody's going to be trying to dive into that passing lane. So important here that Crestview takes care of the basketball.
Tigers can go all out, as you mentioned. They just got 1 foul here, so if they want to make this a free throw shooting game, may as well get some big collisions, try to get some steals.
But that's an advantage for Crestview right now as they shoot 70% as a team.
Bit surprised to see Seneca East pick them up at half court.
Well, they're just trying to trap at that half-court area. So now it looks like they're scrambling a little bit out of this 1-3-1 defense.
Goon down the lane. Nice setup for Drew.
Carter Goon with great penetration and a nice pass.
Step back, Mason. In and out.
Goon grabs a rebound in traffic.
Now they'll foul Thompson, just their second.
Yeah. So second team foul on Crestview. They got to get really aggressive here, try to deny the entry pass, and then either trap right away or foul. They're going to foul right away. Third team foul.
Crestview, a great free throw shooting team. They got plenty of options out there. Pretty much anybody who has the ball, I think you're pretty confident if you're Coach Kurtz after they do get into the bonus.
They're going to trap. Great pass.
How about the diagonal? Back-to-back buckets for Drew from that spot, and that just might throw the ice on the bottom of the W. Tigers got to get a shot up quick. Bordner does, but it's rebounded here by Tyson Ringler. And the Cougar Nation now believes that they have won, and they're only 20 seconds away from moving on to the district final.
You know, it's going to be a matchup that we talked about the very first game of the year, that these would likely be the two teams that were going to be in the Division 6 district final, and our prediction came true.
Did say it on opening night. I recall that. Could be a preview of things to come, and you were kind of Nostra Jomis last night, and way back when even.
Yeah, I called the Sandusky run there in the third quarter. I said it was going to kind of happen. So, yeah, we're going to have some great games Friday night here at the O-Rena, and Crestview and Colonel Crawford, and then a Division III final at Willard between Sandusky and Lexington.
And I believe you're at Willard with me on that night, right?
Yep, you and I are together that night.
Big free throws.
That might be the man of our night, well, although we could have two of them, I think. Tyson Ringler or Daniel Wells.
It's going to be tough to pick, you're right.
Yep.
Looked like Bordner wanted a timeout. They don't got none. But they didn't penalize him like they did Chris Webber in the tournament.
Nope.
And so the Cougars, for the first time under John Kurtz since his return, and I just saw that fist bump there from Kurtz. He's moving on to the district championship game. The defending district champion season gets a bow put on it here as the Tigers fall 52-40.
Yep. Crestview excited to get back there. You know, there had to be some doubts maybe there in the last couple of weeks about, how they play, but it looks like they're back healthy, and that should be a really good basketball game here on Friday night.
We'll take a commercial timeout. We'll be back with your MVP, or maybe MVPs, plural. We'll have that coming up here on the other side. Keep it locked in. Your post-game coverage will return at the O-Rena in just a couple minutes.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards checking. It's our superpower.
You're watching high school tournament basketball 100% live and free. Thanks to all of our generous sponsors. Please support those who support your local athletes. Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchey to schedule your services today.
We got some special post-game coverage to start things off. Maybe the best cheering section in America here from the Den out in the O-Rena tonight, cheering Crestview to a district championship appearance. So, fellas, you told me you wanted to be asked some questions. You got some things to say. What was the energy like in the student section tonight?
It was crazy. It was a 10 out of 10. I mean, we haven't had a good student section for a while, but it's awesome. I don't know how to describe it. It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling to cheer on a great basketball team we have at Crestview.
I had to pick the MVP tonight, but if I put it in your hands, who you picking?
I want to shout out Johnny Walker, but Tyson Ringler.
For sure, yeah, Ringler balled out here tonight. Who do you think is going to win coming up on Friday? Cougars or Colonel Crawford?
Cougars by 100.
Hey, give me the mic. Why would you even ask that question? Come on.
Ask stupid questions, get stupid answers, right? You wanted them, that's all I got. That's all I got for you guys. So we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna let these guys go turn up the party, but first, we got a quick shout out.
Hey, shout out Uncle Skinny, Grandma Puffin Ball, and Blair's Burger Planet.
You heard it here. From the Den to the O-Rena. We'll be back. We got post-game coverage coming up.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards checking. It's our superpower.
You're watching high school tournament basketball 100% live and free. Thanks to all of our generous sponsors. Please support those who support your local athletes. Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchey to schedule your services today.
Tonight's district semifinal action brought to you live and free thanks to our friends at Simonson Construction Services. From concept to completion, they help make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Rinehardt Injury Attorneys. Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Rinehardt. Sutton Bank, where you can earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Spherion Mid-Ohio. Proud to support our local athletes. They know the foundations that make great employees are woven into the teamwork, focus, drive, and perseverance given in each practice and game. Let's get to work. Scout Construction. With more than a decade of business, you can trust Scout with your roofing and siding needs. Call them up for more info at 419-989-7240. Clips and Cuts, providing superior lawn care and quality landscaping services for the entire North Central Ohio area. And Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing quality care for your loved ones for the duration of their lives. Just waiting for our co-MVPs to emerge from the locker room. You're going to hear from both Daniel Wells along with Tyson Ringler here in just, hopefully, a few seconds. So hang tight, folks. We'll be back. We'll chat with your MVPs.
One shot can change everything. Witness history right here on the OH Report.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
We return with our joint MVPs here tonight. The first, Daniel Wells, hanging out with me after a nice victory and getting to a district championship game. So just getting the win here tonight. The end of the regular season didn't finish how you wanted it. How satisfying has it been getting in the tournament and getting back to your winning ways?
Oh, it's just great. We've been working so hard in practice and just getting shots up and getting our shot back. But I'm glad we can make them tonight and get this win.
You made a couple of big ones tonight, specifically from three-point range. So just finding your momentum again, because you were a little cold at the end of the season. How big did it feel like in terms of getting some momentum throughout the course of the game through your eyes?
Oh, my gosh. It brought my confidence back. I mean, after missing all that, it's hard to keep your confidence up. But after making 4 today, it's through the roof now.
So this team gets to move on into the district championship round. Of course, you get a shot at Colonel Crawford. You're the only team to beat them so far this season. How much are you looking forward to a rematch with them and getting a second shot to take down the Eagles?
Oh, we're so excited. I mean, it'll be a tough game. They're a good team, but got to put the work in and, yeah.
All right, well, great sharp shooting tonight. Congratulations on a big win. Who do you want to shout out?
First of all, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And then shout out my parents, my friends, for supporting me the whole way.
All right, Daniel Wells, one of our 2 MVPs. We've also got Tyson Ringler, who was the big man in the middle tonight. Justice Thompson saddled with the foul problems in the first half, and I really felt like you kind of put the city on your back and you took over. So just your aggressive nature, give me some perspective from your vantage point out there and what you were just trying to accomplish.
Yeah, JT, he struggled in the first half with fouls, but, you know, as a senior, I feel the need, like, I got to step up when something like that happens. So I felt like it was just my role to just step into that and just do what I had to do to get the win.
You were everywhere, man. You were getting buckets, you were getting block shots, defensive rebounds as well. So just as far as being the engine that makes this whole thing go, how much do you pride yourself on just making sure that you're kind of that extra energy and effort type of cat?
Yeah, I pride myself on the hustle part of the game. I think that's kind of pushed aside nowadays. I mean, everybody wants to be a scorer, you know, but when you hustle, it's going to lead to shots, you know.
Senior year, you're breaking through, you're getting to the district championship game. You guys have been on the doorstep the last couple of years. Just how gratifying is it right now knowing that you've gone to a place where you haven't been yet?
Oh, it feels amazing, you know. I've been here for, you know, the last 4 years, and we've just fell short every year, so this feels amazing.
Looking forward to seeing you back here in this gym on Friday night for a nice rematch with the Eagles. Tell me about your confidence level just going head-to-head with them, because obviously you're the only team to give them a loss so far this year.
Our confidence is up right now. You know, we took a nosedive at the end of the year, but we're on our feet now. We're ready to go.
Cougars are back, baby. All right, before we let you loose, who do you want to shout out?
Obviously, Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, family, and the coaches and teammates, you know, that bring all this together.
All right, Tyson Ringler, Daniel Wells, your co-MVPs presented by Sutton Bank.
One shot can change everything. Witness history right here on the OH Report.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Hey, I'm not that brutal with you.
Oh, Joe, we're back here for the post-game show presented by Rinehardt Injury Attorneys. Nice win here for the Crestview Cougars, and you just heard from, their two MVPs that they didn't exactly have a lot of confidence going into the postseason. Now they feel like they've got their footing back, and with their best player saddled with foul trouble and not really playing his best game, 4 points for Justice Thompson. I thought we learned a bit about some of the other players tonight for Crestview in a nice win.
Yeah, I mean, Tyson Ringler stepped up, was really big in the first half, and then Daniel Wells with 2 big threes late in the basketball game that really put the game, on ice. So, Crestview's got to be happy. I mean, you don't always you want to play your best, but you don't always play your best. I mean, Crawford didn't play their best game tonight. But in talking just there a little bit with Coach Kurse, asking about the 2-3 zone, he goes, yeah, we played it sparingly during the year, but I would think you're probably going to see a lot of that on Friday night, just from the standpoint, might be a way that you're going to be able to keep the ball out of the paint of the 2 degrees. And then the other part is they are so long that, Crawford shooters, they have a difficult time just getting off a shot. Because they don't Crestview doesn't have to necessarily be that quick to get there, but because of their length, they're going to be able to get there. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. And you're anticipating that Justice Thompson's not going to score 4 points again.
That's a rarity for him this season, a kid that's averaging about 25.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the final stats of the night here for the Cougars. Not allowing a single free throw shot by the Tigers, who were predominantly putting up trifectas here. And they held their own in the rebound category, and meanwhile also shot a decent enough percentage at the foul line that's actually kind of the difference right there, those 13 points.
Yeah, well, I mean, usually the team that makes the most free throws is the team that wins the game. And so tonight they're plus 13 in that, and it's a 12-point win. So that
adds up, right?
That kind of plays true here.
Here's the scoring by quarter, and it was a 7-0 run by Seneca East to start the game. Coach Kurtz turns the timeout into a 10-0 run of their own, and then from there, it felt like Crestview was the better team for most of the action.
Yeah.
They were a bit more poised, and a little surprised to see the Tigers, who they've been to this level, of course, went to the regionals last year, and just didn't quite have the pieces and parts that they did a season ago, graduating a couple of studs, and just couldn't hit the big shots, I guess, when they were most important.
Yeah, I mean, as we mentioned, Luke Mason and Lucas Bordner were their 2 keys, and they just, it seems they didn't have that third option to really go to. And Crestview kind of understood that and really focused their zone on those 2 guys, even though both those guys were in double figures. Didn't have tremendously big nights that hurt them.
So Taylor Young, Bryler Beamer, Bordner, Justin Ryder, Caden Miller all played their last game tonight for the Tigers, but it's the Cougars whose story continues. That's going to do it here tonight from inside the O-Rena. As that thing has shook out, you see that the last 2 teams remaining, of course, are Crawford and Crestview. But coming up tomorrow night, plenty of great action. We've got the Division 7 games going down over at Shelby. Coach Balogh will be in the house for that. We'll have Patrick Henry versus Carey, and then Northmore, Cardington, Lincoln. The third matchup between these 2 KMAC squads, and it goes down to determine a district champion.
Yep.
That's a pretty fun one right there. Travis will be on the call for that.
Well, district games are a lot of fun to watch. Maybe not always fun to coach, but as we've mentioned, the district tournament's usually a really challenging tournament.
Well, great calling these games with you here tonight, Joe, inside of your own place.
Yep.
Pretty cool of you to invite us in here, and I know that you're going to stay after hours, keep an eye on Balogh Court, that they're taking the proper care of all 2,100 planks.
Got my secret sleeping place that I come in here and check on it. So,
All right, thank you guys for tuning in here tonight, and big tip of our cap, of course, all of our generous sponsors who help combine to bring you the coverage. It's never going to cost you a dime here on the OH Report. That is a promise from yours truly. For our amazing staff, our top cam operator, Jory Hollenbeck, our sideline camera op, Aaliyah Skowronski, and Adam Thompson, the man that's always pushing the buttons, bringing up all the graphics. I'm Brian for Joe Balogh, saying so long for tonight. We will see you for all those games tomorrow. So long, y'all.